Hey guys, bringing you another video about how to get the most for your website dollars. Let me move this around so you don't have to look at me. Um, as you know, I run a web design, web development agency, and day in and day out, I see generally project managers, product managers, marketing managers, and founders who make very avoidable mistakes when it comes to their website projects that end up costing lots of time and lots of money. And having done hundreds of projects, I'd love to just share those ideas from our perspective about how you can absolutely capitalize and optimize and maximize your website plan so that you can get the best results. So I want to just take you through this because initially it will start with who you hire. Right, so for example, Upwork, I saw this on Upwork today. E-commerce landing page design expert who understands sales optimization, HTML. So, as I've said in previous videos, this is a very problematic job title. So, e-commerce landing page design expert. So, you want someone who does design, who understands sales. Okay, so that's more of a salesperson. Conversion psychology. That's more of a CRO person. HTML, and that's more of a development skill. So, like I've said before in almost half of my videos, in my experience, having done hundreds of projects and hired dozens of developers and designers, it's very, very difficult. Not to say it can't be done, but it is very, very difficult to find one person who can do all of this. Okay, this is completely different skills. So let's go into it. I need an e-commerce pro to redesign my existing landing page to optimize for sales conversions from ad campaigns on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, so what he's saying is he's got ads running, going to landing pages, and he's obviously having a question with conversions, right? So the ads are coming into this page and nothing's happening. And so he wants someone to redesign it to optimize for sales conversions. And what I would tell this guy, I'm obviously not going to apply to this job, but what I would tell this guy is whether or not a landing page converts is secondarily to do with design and firstly to do with your copy. So you don't want a designer yet. So to capitalize on creating a landing page that's optimized and maximizes traffic conversions and things like that, this guy needs to bring in a copywriter who knows about writing landing pages, compelling copy, emotionally engaging copy. Most web designers, again, I'm not saying all, but I've never met a web designer who can do this. Writing is a completely separate skill set from design, 100%. I've never met a writer that does web design, and I've never met a designer who can do good copy. Like, it's just, they're two totally different things, right? Which is good, which is how you want it to be. Like, even in our agency, I outsource all copywriting. We don't even attempt to do it. Like, it's a completely different skill set, right? So a designer can then take that amazing copy and make it look amazing for a desktop, for mobile, make it look sharp. But conversions, the key to conversions is in the copy. It's not necessarily in the design, because we've all bought stuff off a website that said the right thing but didn't look super awesome. And that's how you know. That's how you know the conversion is in the copy. So needs to have experience in health and beauty landers for e-commerce. So this one is just kind of semantics. Okay, but in my experience, first of all, you need a writer. Yes. But you don't necessarily, let's imagine that he agrees with me that, okay, yeah, I need a copywriter. Clearly, I need a copywriter. He might then assume, okay, I need a copywriter who has experience in health and wellness or health and beauty. Yes and no. Like, there's a part missing. So for example, health and beauty is a huge industry. It's humongous. Is he selling to men, to women, to young people, to old people? Is he selling to, like, what problem in health and wellness is he trying to solve? And because in my experience working with a writer, when I interview a writer, I always am looking for someone who has experience selling to who I'm selling to. So, for example, in my agency, we work B2B. We do custom corporate complex e-commerce. We work B2B. And so I want a writer who understands why businesses buy e-commerce services, right? So that person is going to be inside the psyche of my buyer, target market. And that writer can then craft the copy properly to speak to that internal dialogue of my B2B target market, right? So for this, I have experience with health and beauty, that's not enough. You need that writer, or in this case, let's say he has the copy, he has the designer. You need that writer who has experience selling skincare to women who are in their 40s, who have experience selling anti-aging products. Like, as much as possible with your copy, you want to dial it in and have it written by someone who has experience in specialized knowledge about how to write for your particular buyer. Because, for example, a 20-year-old is going to buy a health and beauty product very differently and for a very different reason than someone who, let's just say, is like my age, is 40. We don't care about the same things. We're not worried about the same things. We're not going to be triggered to buy something by the same language, right? So, and I'm coaching this because I want to help you in your hiring. So if you're starting to write landing pages, create landing pages, and you're wondering why your landing pages aren't converting, number one, get someone to look at your copy. But the person who's looking at your copy, I mean, ideally, it should be your target market. Like, what do they think? What would they want to see? What would they want to hear? I know I do this all the time. From when I write a landing page, I'll send it to like 5 of my favorite clients and I'll be like, what do you think? Like, I want more clients like you. Does this connect to you? Would you click this? Would you download this? Would you buy this? Talk to your target market, right? What do they say? That's really the most important person. And then secondly, again, as you're working with a writer, as often as possible, interview and work with a writer who has experience selling to who you're selling to. Because they'll have that, like I said, that internal specialized intuitive knowledge about how to write and how to communicate what you're trying to communicate. But that this is not the time for development and design. Not at all. This is conversion strategy time, not execution. So if you're thinking about this as well, take a step back, go to the sales psychology, go to the writers first. See you tomorrow.